Hello, everyone, and welcome back to M's Flavor Stage. So, today I am going to be making Puerto Rican pasteles. Yes, you heard correctly. So, for those of you who don't know what pasteles are, they're kind of like tamales, how the Mexicans will have tamales, but we're doing like Caribbean style, okay? So, what I'm going to be using is masa para alcapurrias y pasteles, which this is like a dough, and what it consists of is cassava, which is yuca, and then taro root, which is called yautía, and then it has green bananas in it, okay? So this is 3 pounds frozen. Obviously it's gonna defrost, but I have 2 packages of this, okay? And then we're going to be using some pork chops, okay? I have 3 packs of pork chops. And I'm also gonna be making some chicken flavored as well, okay? So, what your girl needs to do now, this is a big preparation. It's pretty much, it's work, you know? But I'm cutting a lot of the work down because I am not gonna be hand grading anything, okay? Now, when I was a kid, my mom used to make these typically around the holidays. And you know, we sit at the table, we'd help her grating the bananas and the yuca and all that. Your girl ain't doing that this time, okay? Also, shh, this is my very first time making this, so I'll have my dad coming to my house for Thanksgiving, and if he thinks that is good, then I did a good job, because he is like the ultimate chef, okay? All right, you guys, so let's get right into it. Let's get cooking. All right, and we're back. So now we're gonna begin to chop our pork chops in very small pieces and go from there, okay? So as you can see, I'm just chopping it very small, okay, in slices, and then I'm gonna go in and cut it some more, okay? Because we want like little cube sized pieces for this. All right. The music that you hear in the background, this is what you call música navideña, which is Christmas music, you know, Puerto Rican style, and I love it. All right. When you go to Puerto Rico, I'm sure that during the holiday season, you can hear people or bands playing this live. I can't wait to go back. Hopefully we're going next year, but last time your girl went, I think I was like 14. So have you ever been to Puerto Rico? I'd love to know. Post it in the comments. All right, so I'm gonna keep on chopping. You guys don't need to watch me chopping all this pork chop. So your girl will be right back. All right, you guys, so we're back. I have went ahead and chopped my pork chops. So these are those 3 packs of pork chops I have. And then I have about 5 little pieces of chicken breast tenderloins here. So we're gonna season these. Let me get my seasonings together so I can show you what I'm gonna be using, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so we are gonna get ready to season our pork. All right, I'm gonna start off with 2 packets of Sazon. All right. Let's add this to the mix. Okay, followed by the Sazon, I'm gonna go ahead and use 1 packet of Sazon Tropical. And of course, as I'm seasoning, once I start cooking the meat, if I notice that I need to add a little more of anything, then I would, of course, adjust the recipe. All right, I'm gonna add about 1 tablespoon of adobo. This is all-purpose seasoning. All right. Next, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of Maggi chicken bouillon. Okay. Whew, that adobo makes me cough sometimes. Oh my goodness. All right, next, we're gonna go with, let's say, there's a lot of meat. So I'll go with a tablespoon of ground black pepper. All right. Then I'm gonna take some of my Pampered Chef 3 onion seasoning, and I'm gonna do maybe about another tablespoon. Kind of hard to get this out of here without banging it. All right, and then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of oregano leaves. Okay, followed by about, I mashed 6 garlic cloves earlier, but I'm gonna put, actually I'm just gonna use it all. So that's that. Okay, so we're just gonna put all this garlic in here because y'all know I love, love, love my garlic. Now, a lot of people in the traditional recipes, they put garbanzo beans and they put olives. I don't like olives, so I'm not using any. And I also don't like garbanzo beans, so yeah, I won't be using that. Okay, so that's our garlic added there. I should have used my little spatula. Let me wash my hands really quick. And I have to mix this, so why did I go wash my hands if I'm gonna be mixing this with my hands anyway? That doesn't make sense. I'm just so used to washing my hands all the time. So we're gonna go ahead and just mix this up together. Get all these seasonings well incorporated in here. And then I'm gonna do the same seasonings for the chicken as well, okay? Okay. All right, that's nice and distributed in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my pot and I'm going to start letting this cook. It's going to be like a saucy consistency, but I'll show you guys that in just a moment. All right, you guys, so we are back. Here I have about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil that that's starting to heat up. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of sofrito, which is this right here. Okay, 1, 2, and we're gonna go ahead and mix this a little bit and then add our meat. All right, so I decided that I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons of our sofrito. All right, and then I'm gonna add 1 heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. I'll show you. Well, not tomato paste, but Goya tomato sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna add that on there, and then I'm gonna give this a mix. Okay, and then we'll get the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add 2.5 cups of chicken stock. All right, and there's the half. Okay, and we're just gonna let this come to a boil. We're gonna let it cook on simmered mode for about an hour, and we'll be right back. All right, so achiote oil is made by taking a cup of the oil of your choice, which typically you can go with vegetable oil, canola, you can go with avocado, but today I'm just using vegetable oil, and I'm gonna be using 1 cup. Okay, and then I'm gonna let my oil start to get hot, and then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of annatto seed. It looks like this. And the purpose of using the annatto seed is that it's gonna provide a very beautiful dark orange color, which I will use to color, add color to the meat, and I'm gonna use to add color to the pasteles as well. All right, be right back while we wait for this oil to get hot. Actually, I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and add the annatto seeds right now. So we're gonna go, like I said, with 2 tablespoons of the annatto seed. All right, and this tends to like pop when it starts getting hot, so watch out, you guys. Of course, whenever you decide to make this, okay? So I'm gonna give that a little stir. And as you can already see, the color is starting to show up in the oil. This is gonna be really cool, you guys. And I probably didn't need a full cup, but you know, it is what it is. I'll save it. This doesn't get old. You know, you can have it for a while. And anytime I'm gonna make something else that requires some coloring, plus the annatto has a little bit of flavor to it, it'll be handy. All right, you guys, our achiote oil is done. Look at the beautiful orange rich color. And then all you're gonna do is get a strainer and strain the oil, because you don't want any of your seeds in the oil. And that's it. All right, you guys, so here is our chicken. It's looking amazing. And our pork chop meat is looking great. It is done. Now we're gonna move forward to seasoning our masa. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of our achiote oil into our meat as well. Be right back. All right, so here we have our beautiful masa. This is both bags of the masa for the pasteles. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna begin to season this, okay? So what I like to do is I like to take the sauce from the meat and I like to start adding some to the masa. So what I did is I took a few spoonfuls and added it to a little bowl. I got like about 4 spoonfuls here, and I'm just gonna add it to my masa, okay? So I'm gonna stir that up a bit. This is what my mom used to do when I was a kid. She would take the juices from the meat, cooked meat that is, and add it to the masa, okay? So that's some. And this is awesome because everyone makes their pasteles different, right? So of course, you know I'm gonna be making mine's Emily's way. So the cool thing about this is that as you go, you can create the taste that you want for your masa, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna take our achiote oil and I'm gonna start to add spoonfuls of these until I reach the desired color that I want for the masa, okay? Don't know how many that will be. I'm just kind of eyeing it until I reach the color that I want. So that's 2 tablespoons. That I got 3 tablespoons and 4. Let's start off with this for now. Okay, so see how beautiful that color is and how it just blends everything together. I love it. Okay, so let's continue to stir. I already know that I'm gonna definitely need more of that achiote oil. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue to add some more of that achiote oil, and then I'm gonna move on to some seasoning. Of course, always taste as you go. All right, here we go. So far I have used about, maybe like about 7 of these tablespoons. All right, so let's mix, mix, and mix. All right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to take some adobo and add about 2 tablespoons to the masa, okay? So let's go ahead and stir this. You don't want it to be too salty either. And I can already tell that at this point it's nowhere near salty. So I'm just gonna take a tiny bit with my finger and just taste it. It's not quite there yet, and that's the beauty of it. You just keep messing with it until you get the required taste that you want, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon to this. Okay. And then I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of sea salt. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just pop this in the fridge and let it sit overnight. I'm gonna get back to this tomorrow. And I'm gonna show you guys how to assemble the pasteles in the little pouches and prep them for the freezer for when they're ready to be cooked, okay? See you guys tomorrow, bye. And lastly, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 packs of Sazon, but this is the con culantro and achiote one, okay? Because there's 2 kinds. There's the one that has something called azafran. Let me see if I still have some of that so I can show you. Yeah, because there's 2. There's culantro and what does that say? Culantro and achiote, and then there's con azafran, okay? The one that says azafran, that's the one I use to add coloring to my meat when it was cooking as well. All right, so here's our second one. Okay, let's mix this up really well. And that's it. All right, you guys, welcome back to M's Flavor Stage. So we are gonna begin to prep our pasteles, okay? So the first thing I have done is that I have taken some of the achiote oil I made yesterday. This is like a tablespoon. And you just take it and you spread it out on your paper like this, okay? This is gonna help your pasteles to not stick to the paper, and it's also gonna give that additional rich orange color, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is we are going to get some of our masa. I'm trying to get a spoon here. We're gonna take a spoonful of our masa and put it here in the center and kind of just press down a little bit on it, okay? After you do that, you're gonna take, let me get a smaller spoon. Okay, so after you do that, you're going to take some of your meat, okay? I'd say maybe 2 spoonfuls of your meat, and you're gonna put it in the center like so, okay? Now, the next thing we wanna do is that I'm gonna take just a little bit more of masa and put it there in the center, okay? Now, there is, this is called sausage twine, but we're gonna take, I've pre-cut some strands of this. You wanna have it long enough because we're gonna be tying the pasteles together, okay? So, I don't know, this, I would say this is like a ruler and a half or so of the length. So, what we're gonna do is that now we're going to close our paper like this, okay? I'm just gonna press down. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is how my mom used to do it. And then I'm going to fold it up like this, okay? Press it down. Now, take one end and do like this. Take your other end and do the same thing, okay? Now, we're gonna crimp it, okay? So you're going to start to fold it like this. And I think I made that one ginormous. So I'm gonna make the other one not as big, okay? Same thing on the other side. You're gonna crimp. Okay, like so. Okay, make sure this is nice and tight. And then just set it to the side. It looks like a patty like this, okay? I'm gonna make another one because in each bundle, you're gonna have a bundle of 2. And then you're gonna use your twine to tie it, okay? All right, so here we have 2 bundles, one bundle with 2 of the pasteles on it, okay? We're going to take our string and tie it in the center. I haven't done this in a while, so I hope I'm doing it right. So I'm gonna flip it over. I have my daughter helping me out here. Okay. Wait. Nope, not like that. Okay, then we're gonna tie it back here. I feel like I need to get another string on the opposite side. So this is the middle of it. Then I'm going to flip it over again, and I'm gonna tie it vertically. This can be a little tedious, so bear with me. Okay, so now I'm going to do it vertically. And again, as you can see, it's important to make sure that your string is long enough so that you can tie it. All right. This is barely long enough, but I think I can swing it. There we go. Okay, so this is our first bundle. Yay! All right, I will be right back to show you the finished product. In the meantime, these are going to cook and boil. Actually, you need to freeze it. But when you're ready to eat them, it's gonna boil, I believe, for about 45 minutes to an hour. So I will be back to show you guys the finished work. Okay, you guys, so I actually want to show you another way of wrapping the pasteles. Okay, so I already have the oil. I had the first spoonful of the masa. I put the meat in the middle. And what I did is that I folded it over like this. And then I pushed it in to make a tight patty, okay? And then I'm going to take it and continue to wrap it once and then wrap it twice, okay? Another tip, if your paper seems to be too long, go ahead and cut it. So that's less work for you. Less times you have to like fold it, okay? So just cut some of your paper off. All right, and that is it, you guys. All right, you guys, so I want to show you what I have right now. So right now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bundles of the pasteles with pork chop in it. And then this bundle here has chicken. I had to, separate it. That's for my mom. Now, I still have a lot of meat left over, okay? Here's my chicken and here's my pork. So what I'm going to end up doing is that I think I'm just going to make some empanadas and fill it with that meat. Or I can buy another pack of the masa to make a little bit more pasteles. But this is a learning curve for me. I thought that 2 packets of the 3-pound masa would be enough to make, maybe like 25 to 30-ish pasteles. But it didn't quite turn out that way. But it is okay. All right, our pasteles are done. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap them so you can see it. Okay. Cannot wait to try it. Okay. Okay, you can take it out of the packaging if you want, or you just leave it there. And what I like to do is I like to use some good old Texas Pete, okay? And put some of that on here. I like to put a little bit of ketchup. All right, there might be a debate on how some people eat their pasteles. Some people like the ketchup and the hot sauce, and some people do not, okay? But your girl does, so let's dig in. All right, this is how it looks. You see the masa is done. You know when it's done, when it's not like super mushy or anything. I can definitely taste the seasoning of the meat. This has a classic, I was about to say empanada. This has a classic pasteles taste of the bananas, the yuca, just everything. It's absolutely amazing. So I cannot wait till tomorrow when my father tastes these pasteles, when my sister everyone who's coming over. It's going to be amazing to hear what they have to say. Stay tuned to tomorrow. Ciao.